Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing fantastic out there in Instagram land, in YouTubeville. What's going on? So today, normally I'd be going live with my girl, Julie Murphy, but she is currently traveling right now, and so I figured I'd just come on here because what's up, Leslie? I just want to come on here and talk to you guys. Just down to earth, one on whoever, how many, and talk about the energies, talk about what's going on, talk about health, what's important to really focus on, and going forward in these very very changing, intense, unknown times. There's a lot of what's up, Tiffany? There's a lot of unknown energies right now. The future is very uncertain, but we can all feel this big thing coming, right? It's like you feel something is like burrowing through. What's up, Kim? It's like this feeling underneath is burrowing through our unconscious, coming into our conscious mind as the collective unconscious. What's up, Antonio? As the collective unconscious expands and grows, it's sort of like it expands, it grows, we get downloads, we get new information, and then we contract, right? We have to process, we have to sit back, we have to let it go through its motion of processing. There's a lot of processing going on right now. And these energies of these energies are very tumultuous. I'm not gonna lie. Like as we step into, we've just sort of ripped open, we sort of ripped off a Band-Aid, if you will, like that we probably didn't even know we had on. Okay, with this Pluto and Mars square. Now, as Mars comes into its square with Saturn now it's saying like Mars the warrior, right? Like I see Mars like a samurai, like wah, let's go get it. Or it could be like, the staff sergeant, or like the sergeant first class, or the gunnery sergeant, right? And Saturn is like the 3-star general. Well, gunnery sergeant or the staff sergeant, whoever, is like leading shit on the ground, right? We're like going out there and we're in the battle, we're in the field, we're making shit happen. We know what's going on in the field. Now, the general is overlooking the whole scenario. Okay. Now, right now, the general, it has like multiple levels of forces on his side to transform, right? We have Pluto right there and Jupiter. So these energies I've been communicating, right? They've been in a constant orb this entire year. And they're still retrograde, but they're going to be starting to slow down because all three of them are going to be going direct next month. Okay. And while they're all getting ready to go direct, Mars is getting ready to go backwards. So we have this whole, and of course, Uranus just went retrograde as well. That is a signifier for a lot of natural disasters and, earthquakes and just the rumbling within the earth and within ourselves, within our consciousness. And, the Uranian energy, like you can say expect the unexpected all day long, but at the end of the day, even like doing this work, you think you're gonna figure it out. You look at all the aspects, looking at, intuitively feeling into all these things. What's gonna happen? How's this? And it never fails, dude. Uranus is like, dude, shut up. Stop trying to figure it out. You're not gonna figure it out. The lesson of Uranus is to surrender. And that surrendering is usually in the midst of something that you're actively doing or in the process of making happen. So how do you surrender when you're taking action on something, right? Like, how's that work? Well, it happens. It's almost like you're in that place and you're going forward. Say you're having an interaction with someone, and normally you get triggered by them, right? And then you feel this feeling, the same feeling, but then you respond to it different. You're gonna about to react, and then you're like, okay, whatever. What's meant to be will be there. There's no, when you're able to just catch yourself in that place, like when you're about to attack and get back into it, or try to say the last word, or needing to get that shit out, that energy, that vibration needs to go out there. And you realize, you know what? I've done this too many times, and I just clearly whatever I'm doing ain't cutting it. It ain't working. So I'm just going to have to go back to the drawing board and just figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm just going to take a step back. And we are all in this place right now, wherever Capricorn is in your chart, please go look it up. That is where the foundation of this stuff is shifting. I know for me, this is in my 10th house. It's literally Saturn, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter right now for me is in my 9th house, and then Pluto and Saturn are on my 10th house. So it's right on the cusp of my 9th and 10th house, right? So for me, it's about belief systems, it's about life purpose. 10th house is about being a father. It's about all these, the vision of what we have, of who we want to be coming out into life. So of course, if you're a female, this could be about, your responsibility in life, right? This could be about, how you bring out this divine masculine energy out into the world. Or this could be about how you're relating, honestly, to, your family. I mean, this is a very ancestral type of energy. A lot of this stuff coming out is looking at and clearing out deeper and deeper and deeper levels of stuff that just does not serve us anymore. And, if you're vibrating at this frequency that I'm at, and, where we're all drawn to this kind of healing work that we all do, that is becoming almost like mainstream, right? There's a lot of, there's a lot of people that are just looking for a better way, looking for like, okay, I get it. I'm a healer. Okay. I'm in this life for a reason. I'm here. There's a very significant and specific reason why I am here right now. So what, and right now, these energies coming up could be having you question, like, what is, like, I thought it was this, but maybe that's not it. So what is it? What am I meant to learn? What am I meant to do? How much stronger do I have to be? But you know what? The strength comes from the surrender, okay? And I'm getting a big dose of, that learned lesson right now myself. We go, and of course, we still have a yod going on, okay? So this is like divinely orchestrated energies that, leading up to this new moon, which we have going on tomorrow, actually. Right, tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. All right. So the day before this new moon, we just had Uranus station and go retrograde. We had 2 yods going on the last few days. I mean, all this shit, it's like, it's bringing all this, bursting these bubbles, popping all this shit. It's like, to bring us into this new energy of this new place, this new quest, this new life, right? The question for me is how to best contribute. Contribute to what? Hisha Mustafa, 1999. With this new energy, it's activating this sense and this desire and this need to move deeper into this sort of crevice, this cave within our shadow self, that maybe we thought we'd already done it, but it's like, fuck, man. We just got to keep going. And at this point, you just got to be like, I need to rely on the people that I know and trust. So hopefully you have someone that you know and trust in your life, and trust your instinct, trust your intuition. that can even be a little blurry right now, especially with Pluto, the death and rebirth. So how do you contribute to the overall collective? You contribute to the overall collective by doing your own inner work. A lot of work is being done on the fifth dimension, okay, on the energetic realm. And the more work we do on ourselves, the more work we clear for the collective. Because look, when a lot of people in this energy in particular right now too is another wave of awakening energy. Okay, so the people that are just becoming awake to their own bullshit right now, they're releasing their holy fuck, what am I doing? I'm lost. Where am I going? I don't know how to handle all this. Okay, now they're like, okay, I need help. Okay, so with all that awakening energy, now it spreads out to the collective. Now we all have to process it because, you know, sensitives, empaths, you know, like energetic intuitives like us, we all feel this energy, right? And as we're all feeling it, we're all doing the work. We are the few doing the work for the many. And the more work we do, we are waking other people up. So it's not in this realm, guys. This is energetic. And how do we do this work, right? How do we keep ourselves strong enough? And because sometimes you feel like, fuck, dude, like enough. Can I just live my life and just fucking have some fun? And can't things be okay for a little while? Well, that is a matter of perspective, okay? So you keep yourself healthy, all right? This physical vessel is what we have in this lifetime to carry us through, to learn these lessons, to process these emotions. And the more healthy and aligned they are, the more good we are to the collective. And of course, we have to do it in a, you know, humble way. A lot of times, a lot of people, and I was stuck in it for a while too, get caught up, you know, like I need to overly focus on my physical body. I need to be shredded. I need to look better than everybody else. I need to, you know, have a sexier body. I need to, you know, and then you want people to like you. You want people to want you, and you get addicted to that desire, that craving. And then you realize, man, that energy just don't serve anybody, right? Because it's all surface. It's like when you're going fishing. You know, you're fishing with a little thingy, and then the fish, ooh, look, a little treat, and bow, right? Karma comes around and busts you in the face because, right? And I still represent. Thank you very much. You know, I definitely like to keep myself as balanced and as well. I have to keep myself as strong as possible, mainly because my life, you know, I'm a Capricorn sun, an Aries rising, and Aquarius moon. I'm like that nomad warrior that just chose to come in this life just to face all this shit. And, you know, I've accepted my mission, and I've accepted who I am and what I'm meant to do here. So it has not been an easy journey for me, but as I go through these experiences, then I'm able to come out through that experience and share that energy with you. And that's why people resonate with me, right? Because you've seen, you know, that I've been there, done that. I got the t-shirt. I'm believe me, I am not bragging at all. Okay. Like hardship sucks, but it's all a matter of, you know, we to some degree and level, we are all transmuters of energy, right? So we have this dense energy in us. We need to process it and transmute it out so that we can bring ourselves and the people in our experience to the light. All right. So, you know, this is where we really need to get real with ourselves and really look and understand that, look, we do not really have a vision of our future right now. We don't know what the hell is going to happen. All we know is that there is massive change going on. This next form, we are now in this vacuum, this bubble of doing this massively deep ancestral healing work. And maybe you thought it was all done. Maybe you thought like, fuck, now it's finally time to keep growing. Look, you know, I lived in the darkness for a long time. I shut myself down for many, many years. That's why I'm so dedicated and disciplined when it comes to doing this work now, because that darkness, man, it'll come back and haunt you and trying to take you back down, but you can't let it. And that's Pluto's test right now. Pluto is testing you to see, hey, are you going to go back to these people, habits, places, belief systems, things, feelings, right? Or are you going to level up and say, you know what? I don't know what to expect in the future. I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I'm good enough for it. I don't know if I'm doing this. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, period. But I'm going to fucking try. I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. And you know, what's meant to be will be. That is fucking trust in the universe, man. That is trusting in your heart. That is trusting in the divine. That is allowing yourself to go into your future knowing that the universe has your back, right? In order to know, though, in order to know that the universe has your back, you have to know in your heart that you are a good person, right? Yeah, I'm sure Pluto is kicking your ass, Scorpio. Look, fact is, Pluto's kind of kicking everybody's ass right now, but well, it's Pluto and Mars, right? But we have a choice here, okay? Because it's not just Mars going up against Pluto. Now that to me is probably the most intense energy, all right? Because Pluto is definitely that. Pluto is not a fun energy. Like Pluto and Chiron, man, those energies I am so intimately familiar with because I've dealt with a lot of plutonic and chironic energy situations in my life. But now we have Saturn coming in the mix, right? Right? What will be exactly. Que sera, sera. With Saturn coming in the mix, like, okay, you got to go in here, you got to do this. And now we're going to put a cap on it of discipline. It's like we're in this, it's like we're in Mad Max. Like the vision I just got in my mind is like Mad Max, and we're in the fucking Thunderdome, bitch. Now, this isn't just us, our consciousness. This isn't the fucking world. Okay, something, and I'm going to say probably second or third week in September, something is going to pop. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking explode. Something's going to happen that is going to, again, traumatize and give the entire world PTSD and be like, okay. But this time though, the South Node is not in Capricorn. That's what happened at the beginning of the year. South Node was in Capricorn. And it was almost like, it was airy-fairy, like, we don't believe, you know, it's sort of an illusion. Then it became real, right? Now the South Node is at the galactic center. So I didn't say the 17th. I said sometime the second or third week. That's just what's intuitively coming in. But what is there something significant on the 17th? I haven't looked that far in the astrology yet, but I'm just kind of channeling right now. So something's going to happen, right? And it's going to set the world into this new place. Now, of course, the elections are coming up. Of course, you know, like I've been reading things where they're saying that you know, we could have a food shortage. You know, I mean, we all know aliens exist, right? Like that's kind of the whole alien thing. You know, it's everybody knows it. So who knows? Maybe they're gonna try to use some kind of alien thing to mess with our heads. Who knows, right? Saturn exactly Pluto. Oh yeah, that's fucking intense. So how can we use this planetary energies to use the most of it? Okay, I actually really want to answer that. How can we use the planets to push through it or use positively? Okay, that's the kind of questions I like to see. So how do we use this energy? Well, we do the inner work. We agree, we accept the mission of the shadow work. Now, that may not sound exciting to you, okay? But it's important to remember that your shadow is you. It's a part of you. It's just a part of you that you don't know yet. Okay, so when you embrace these scary parts, you quickly come to realize that they're not so scary. They're just unknown. It's like this little terrified, abused little child within you that just wants to be understood. But you've never known how to communicate because it's always been rejected. And is that feeling of rejection, that a feeling of abandonment, that a feeling of guilt, that feeling of shame that we must embrace and give a big hug within ourselves, because that is exactly the vibration that is keeping our world locked down in this third dimensional bullshit. And this is really when it comes down to it, this Mars retrograde is bringing out essentially on the masculine side of all our energies. Now, remember, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay. Divine masculine is how we bring ourselves out into the world. Okay. So just remember that, because I'm not saying a man or a woman. Okay. It's the divine masculine aspect of us that is purging all this guilt, shame, insecurity, all these different kind of fears, and they're going to get triggered, okay, by either, you know, family or friends or business or the world or whatever is going on, you know, in your reality. Okay. Focus on what you can do to face these feelings and integrate and learn and grow. You know, reach out to people like me, people like, you know, my girl Maru, Sun Soul Astrology. Okay. The Leo King, my boy, the Peace Dealer. All right. My boy Victor Odo, Aaron Doughty, all these guys, all like, we all are doing very similar kinds of work. You reach out, become a part of the opportunity community. Like, guys, with the North Node in Gemini, I cannot stress enough how important it is to really connect with people that understand these kind of things. Okay, because you may be going through it, or you may just started going through it. You don't really know what the fuck is going on. You just like, no, like you're exploring, you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to see, how do I navigate this shit, right? So many people are lost right now. And it's because all the fears are coming up. Now, fear is only real because we make it real. It's in our mind. We are so powerful that we can literally scare ourselves out of becoming successful. We can scare ourselves out of love. We can scare ourselves out of pretty much anything that we want because of our conditioning. So it's a matter of facing and feeling these feelings. There's all about integrating the feelings that need to be put in alignment in our emotional body. And the most efficient way to do that is to get your physical body lined up first. That's why I'm so adamant about, you know, being physically healthy, right? Physical health. The reason why disease happens is because over time you stuff shit down, you stuff it down, and you stuff more shit down, and traumas keep happening and keep stuffing it. Then eventually, okay, the cells start to break down. The cell, your body is either growing or it's dying. There's no in between. So when it gets to a point, a threshold, if you will, of certain energies that are suppressed, then that's when they go malignant. They go rogue, and they start to grow uncontrollably because they don't know what else to do. Okay, we have to acknowledge our feelings. It's all about acknowledging our feelings. That's what it comes down to. And some of these feelings suck. Yeah, I get it, right? But Pluto doesn't give a fuck. I'm sorry. Because Pluto sees the other side, and Pluto wants you to be like, hey, I'm not going to let this shit hold me back anymore, right? So, you know, sorry about that. That was pause. This is a really important time to really like look at our shit, handle our shit, feel our shit, go into our shit. And you know, it's always when we're exhausted and we're tired and we don't want to do it, and you know, we don't want to look at it like, fuck this. Okay. It's when you're in that place when you can actually say, okay. Nobody's going to do it for me. I got to do it for myself. Let's go. One step at a time. And when you have, sometimes it takes to the point where you have no choice, but you know what? Hopefully it doesn't get that bad. You come together and you bring the energy, all that scattered energy that's thinking about all this superficial, superfluous shit that nobody really gives a fuck about. Bring it all together and you put it right here in the next step forward in life. And when you do that, one step at a time, things start turning around. How do you use the shadow feelings with the planetary energy to resolve outside limitations? See, that statement or question in and of itself is flawed, okay? Because the outside limitation, there is no such thing as outside limitations. we are electromagnetic beings, right? So being that we are electromagnetic beings, we invite in everything in our life. So whatever difficulties we're having, we are bringing it to us to teach us something. And when you come from a place like that, then you're taking responsibility for your life. And when you take responsibility, you do the inner work. And look, it doesn't come in the time that you want it to. It comes in divine timing. So you do the internal work, and then the results come sometimes in unexpected ways, but you have to let go of the outcome. Letting go of trying to figure it out, letting go of trying to control things that are outside of your control. All these things are perceptual mismatches. They're things that keep us from looking directly at ourselves. Essentially, they're at least one of the 4 survival archetypes, right? Exactly. All the limitation is in our own mind. And, like huge limitation in this world, money. A lot of people have limiting thoughts about money. So what is it? You don't feel good enough? And a lot of times the stuff is so stuffed down, you don't have no idea why. It is, right? So yeah, thank you, Hatumu. Exactly. We are energy and we are part of the universe. But when you're in this practical, when you're in this 3rd dimensional body, when you're in this place, sometimes it's hard to remember that, that is going on. That we're looking face to face. Okay, well, I'm broke, I'm homeless, I'm on, I'm in this really shitty situation right here. So what are you saying? I just gotta feel good and meditate and I'm good? No, fuck no. You need to start making better decisions. You need to take a real deep look at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing to put myself in this situation? And look, I get it. A lot of times, a lot of people, myself included, got handed a shitty deal, supposedly, when we were brought into this world, okay? Especially if you have Chiron conjunct your ascendant, all right? That's basically trauma from day one, boom. But you know what? When you learn that there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger reason for you being here. And it's not all about, oh, this person did this, that person did this, these people are talking shit, my mom did this, I had this done to me, this is all fucked up. And you know what? It's fucked up, it happened, but get out of the victim mode and get into what can I do about it right now? And how can I help humanity be better for the tomorrows to come, right? How do we look ourselves in the face like, okay, we've been through this shit, it sucked, it hurt, I'm sorry, I forgive you, ho'oponopono, okay? And bring ourselves back into the present, because a lot of times we get caught up in the past, right? We get caught up in the past, and we get hooked on these. This person cheated on me. This person fucked me over. They stole my money. They stole my business. They did this. They did that. Right? Okay. Usually, everyone at some point in time has to go through some form of betrayal, some form of heartbreak. Okay, to break their ego down, to be able to build them into the person that they're meant to be. I cannot tell you how many times or how deep that I've had my heart crushed, or that I've had money I felt was stolen from me, or I felt like I got the shit in the stick, or I got fucked over. I thought that, it wasn't fair. Life's not fair. Well, you know what? That's a perception from our own mind. When we feel like life isn't fair, that is a fucking victim mentality. When we feel that it's other people's fault, that our life sucks, that is a victim mentality. And I used to be that person for years. Why me? Why me? Why the fuck did this person? Why did I grow up like this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I afford that? It's bullshit, right? And if you and that's a 3rd dimensional thought process. That's living in this illusion of fear. And all that shit right now is coming up at the very deepest level, Mars square Pluto, Mars square Saturn, to bring it up, to be exposed, to be dealt with, to be fucking taken care of and gone. Bye. Get the fuck out of here, right? And then when Jupiter conjunct Saturn at 0 degrees of Aquarius, that is what's really bringing on, this is on December 21st, right? The winter solstice. This is the exact moment where the energy shifts the 5th dimension. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. So We are going through a place where all this deeply rooted, why me, what the fuck, victim mentality, wounded child, prostitute, I mean, all this stuff, dude, all this stuff is coming out. And it might look ugly and it might suck and it might feel like shit, but you know what? It needs to happen. This is a purification process so that we can grow and we can learn and we can move the fuck on to a better place. Now, we can approach this from whatever perspective we like, okay? That's our free will. We can approach it, but I encourage you, okay? And trust me, like, I think we're all going through something super, super deep. But I encourage you to really take a step back in whatever you're feeling right now. Take a step back, whatever you're going through, and really look deeply into what you're feeling and ask yourself, what did I do to bring this situation to my life? What is it trying to teach me? How can I approach this in the highest vibrational way so that I can have the best outcome for everyone involved? Okay. The being vindictive and being hateful and being angry and being hurtful, that all needs to fucking go. I don't care if someone betrayed you. I don't care if someone broke your heart. You know what? People's heart, hurt people hurt people. And 99.8% of the population are hurt people. I mean, let's just be real, okay? We come into each other's lives to help each other grow. Accept that shit. Let it be okay. You're welcome. I'm happy that you resonate. Let it the fuck go. We need forgiveness. We need to come together. We need to bring people into alignment with themselves. And we do that when we come into alignment of ourself. We come into ourself, then we vibrate that energy out to other people. Then other people feel comfortable. They feel good around us because we're aligned. That makes them want to be aligned. And then other people that are already aligned will also gravitate towards that. And hey, now we got a community, right? We have to start building communities. We have to start focusing on the positive. We have to start focusing on what we want to see, envision in the world. Because look, when next year gets here, guys, it's like game the fuck on, right? You got to own it 100%. You have got to own it, accept it. If you don't want to look at it, that means you really have to own it. Okay? That's what Pluto makes you look at shit that you don't want to look at. Look at all these politicians now going down for all this child pornography and fucking disgusting shit. I mean, it's quite disturbing, right? So, you know, all this stuff is being called out of all of us. And look, we're all a part of the collective unconscious. So that's why we can all feel this stuff. Okay, this is not going to get necessarily easier, but we are going to get much stronger. Let this strengthen you. Okay, if you're overwhelmed, take a step back. Okay, if you feel yourself going into a behavior pattern or some kind of thing that you know is not serving you well, stop. Just stop. You don't have to do something different. Just stop doing what it is that you're doing to bring yourself into that place. Just stop. It's just that one little step, that one little wrench in the grinder, right? That is in place of that dysfunctional process, that dysfunctional belief system, that dysfunctional energetic aspect of you. Just that one little stop will allow you to interrupt the flow of that trigger and allow that Pluto energy to dissolve it. Okay, this happens at a very deep level, guys. The more you take care of yourself, the more you honor yourself, you will be able to forgive yourself. When you can forgive yourself, which is the single most difficult fucking thing to do in one's lifetime, is forgive ourselves. So we all have had an experience where it's, feels unforgivable, right? Shit's out of our control most of the time. And you know what? And usually, unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath, most people have the best intentions in their mind, right? So nobody's intentionally trying to fuck you over unless they're a really shitty person, in which case Saturn's going to come around and kick their ass with some serious karma. Okay. So do the best you can. And remember that you're doing the best you can with where you're at in your consciousness. Okay. So we have the Leo new moon coming up. Please go ahead and check out that video. It's on my YouTube channel. I'm going to post it again here on my Instagram story. And that's going to be happening tomorrow. Big energies, guys. Like, this is even bigger, honestly, than eclipse season. Okay. This rest of this year is going to be fucking intense. Pluto opposed Chiron. That's a big fucking deal. That depending on which houses, that could be a lot of lessons, but you're a hardcore gangster right there. Tucson Denison, for sure. All right. My YouTube is Spiritual Bodybuilder. Too easy. Go there. You can see my Leo new moon. Yeah, for real. How do you handle squares with Gemini and Chiron? Well, that's kind of an oversimplified question. I'd have to look at your chart to know specifically for that. Thank you, Fly Apple Farm. I appreciate you. Pluto in the 12th is a tough sign. That means that you bring people unconsciously to you that want to manipulate you and fuck you over. So you got to be real careful about that. You feel all the darkness first before anything else. So you also have to be careful about getting sucked into the darkness too. So be aware of that. And that especially requires an extreme amount of kindness to yourself. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for jumping on me here. I'm going to go ahead and get going. Before I do, I want to let you know that that my astrology level 1 course is now available on my website, also spiritualbodybuilder.com. And I am doing a special deal right now for readings. Go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, and click on level 1 astrology reading. And in the coupon code, put in life purpose for a smashing deal until the end of the month. I want to help you guys get clarity going through this very muddy water season going on. And so take advantage of that while you can. And I appreciate you guys. I love you guys very much. And I'll be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern to talk about the weekly energies more specific to right now. All right. I love you all very much. I hope you all have a beautiful and wonderful day. And definitely check out the Opportunity Community. Thank you very much, Robin. I appreciate you.